Hi, I'm Donna Jordan from Jordan Fabrics. Today I'd like to show you how to make a quilt called Drop Diamonds. Now the pattern calls for strips. It calls for 2.5-inch strips, but it also says you can use 1/4 yard cuts. And I opened up the pattern. You can not only use 1/4 yard cuts, you can use fat quarters. So that's what I'm going to use today. This is a fat quarter bundle called Scarlet Days and Nights. It's from Henry Glass, and I think we've got a variety of colors in here. Really nice black and red florals, and there looks to me like we've got some that are clearly dark. These are all the darker ones, and then we've got some that are clearly light, and I'm going to separate out the darker ones because I think that's what I'm going to use for the quilt. So we've got, let's count how many darker ones we've got here. These would all be considered dark, and I think we've got 12 or 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I think we can use, let's see, we might be able to use that as a dark. So it looks like we've got 12 here. Even though that's got quite a bit of light, I think we can mix it in. And 12 1/4 yards or fat quarters, that's what we need for the twin. So that's what I'm going to make with these colors. The other things we need a background, and I'm going to use white because most of my prints were dark, and we need an accent. And I'm going to use this grunge, and it's red, but it's got a little bit of dark shading on it, and I think that will look really good for the diamonds. The first step is to take all of the fat quarters and cut them up into 2.5-inch strips. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with all my fat quarters, and I think I will cut about 4 at a time. Some people like to cut 6 or 8 layers, some people like to cut 1, so just cut whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, we've got all our pieces cut, and the first step we're going to do with the sewing is we're going to make a strip set. We're going to make a strip set with 6 of these. So I'm just going to try to put them in a random order. I'm going to pick out 6 different ones, and I'm going to avoid using this lightest one as much as possible. I might not have to use it at all. We might have enough to just skip that guy because I think the blocks will look better without that real light one. So I'm just going to pick 6 different ones here, and I'm going to sew them side by side. All I'm going to do is pick these up in order, line them up. If you like, you could pin the top and the bottom. You just want to make sure that you don't stretch either one as you sew. So I will usually sew a little bit and then grab it all the way here at the bottom so nothing is stretched, and hold that way down here, and then straighten up as I go. And then I'm going to finger press the seams, all going one way. So I'm just going to press this one like this. So I'm going to anchor it there and just hold it with the palms of my thumbs there, and then stretch my finger right down there, and it opens up the seam and it makes it real flat, so when we get the ironing board it'll be nice and easy to iron. Even though I finger pressed it, I'm going to smooth it out here and then take my iron. I can feel if the seams are all going the same way. I like to use a dry iron first, and then when it's nice and flat, we'll add some steam. Next, we're going to subcut this, every strip set is going to get cut exactly the same way. So we're going to cut one bigger section and one smaller section. And these will stay together, and we'll use those in one of our blocks. The next step is to draw some diagonal lines on our background and on our squares of our accent. So on the squares, we're just going to draw one diagonal line from corner to corner, and I'm just using a pencil there, and that will work on this color as well. And then on these bigger segments, we need to do half with a diagonal line going here and half with a diagonal line going the other way. Same thing with the taller ones. So I have several methods I use to get this done. You can put this on your cutting board so that corner is on one of the diagonal lines. Line it up here, and then just put your ruler right on that line and draw this one like that. And then we'll just, for the other one, you can turn it, you can put it on a diagonal line going over here. That's probably the easiest way. And then you'll know you'll have them as mirror images. So we're just going to draw a diagonal line there. Here's something I do to save time. I'm going to line this one up on the corner there, and I'm going to line this one up. It's still on a corner. And then this one, it's still on a corner. You can get 4 or 5 done all at once here, and you can just draw one line. So that'll save a lot of time instead of picking each piece up individually. I'm going to work with these 3 pieces. So the first step is to take this guy and put it on top of the accent there, and the pattern will show you exactly which way, which pieces to pick up, and we're just going to stitch right along that line that we drew. And we're going to press this seam toward the red. So right now I'm just going to finger press that, and I'm going to trim off the excess. When I make the whole quilt, I will sew these in bulk, and I will use the iron and then trim this off. But this will work fine for one block. Now we're going to take this piece, and it's going to go right here, line everything up, and stitch again right along that line you drew. It makes it really easy. And we're going to press this seam toward the white, and that way we're going to reduce our bulk a little bit in this intersection here. So we'll trim this off, and to make the second part of this block, it's just going to be a mirror image. So we're going to grab the pieces that were just going the opposite way and make one that's facing just like a mirror of that. So this one now, because it's a mirror, that's going to make our nice diamond, and we're going to put them right sides together and stitch along here. And the seam allowances are pressed different directions so that it's very easy to match and to get it to lay flat. And the pattern gives you all that information so that you won't have any trouble getting these lined up and nice and flat. There, so I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these all finished up. The next step is to take one of our pairs here, and this is going to go right in the middle here. So we're going to sew these together, and we're going to do that with all of our blocks, all of our centerpiece here. Just going to give this a quick finger press, and then the very last step is to add some of these accents in the corners. So the red corner is going to go here, and the white corner is going to go here. Every block is done the same, so be sure to check the pattern before you stitch these on, because it's pretty easy to get them in the wrong corners. I've already done that once today. No harm, got it all fixed up. So these get ironed toward the corner. And then we'll do the same thing with the red one. And then we'll finish up all the blocks and we'll be ready to lay the quilt out. The blocks are all done and we're ready to lay out the quilt. I've got 24 blocks, so we're going to have a 4x6 quilt. So we're going to twist them and turn them a little, and you'll see that when we do that, we are going to get some diamonds where all these things meet. So these are going to meet and these are going to meet. So not only do we have the diamonds here, we've got diamonds coming together here, and we're going to have diamonds coming together here. There. I haven't even looked to see if any of the colors match up to trade blocks. Like I might trade here, I might not. It actually looks pretty good just as it is. But if you see something popping out that's too much of one color in one spot, like maybe that red, you can trade blocks around. So I'm going to get, the rest of it's going to be really easy to do. All I have to do is sew these blocks together, and they're nice and big. Add the borders, then I can get it loaded onto the quilting machine.
Yeah. Hi everyone, I'm Matt Jordan, and this video will end right here. James was never able to put together an ending for it because unfortunately on March 14th at about 4 a.m. in the morning, Donna had passed away. Donna has been battling an illness for a few years now, and the last 3 months it got more acute and she needed more treatments. When I met Donna, I was 16 years old and she was 16 years old, and she was already making quilts. And I'm 67 now, so I don't know how long that is. I can't count that high. But she's been making quilts the whole time, and we've been basically working on our craft of fabric and quilting and quilts for about 50 years. I just want to tell you that Donna loved what she did. She couldn't believe that she could make money cutting quilts, making quilts, and teaching people how to do them. It was such a blessing to her, and I hope a blessing to you all. We just will miss her greatly here. And she was a great, for me, she was a great wife, a great business partner, a great mother. In fact, I want to show you a picture if I can. Just follow me right now. Through the years, it's been a family business, and all the kids have worked in the business at one time or another. But I want to show you just a little picture to give you an idea here. Excuse my office, it's messy. I haven't been in to clean it up in a while. But this is my daughter Michelle at her wedding a few years ago. Of course, Donna. This is my son James, who does all the videos. Quite amazing what he's accomplished. All my kids are actually very accomplished. This is Monica. She has a few kids, and this is my son Peter. He's married and lives in Idaho. I'm just so proud as a father, grateful to have such a wonderful family. And Donna and I were so grateful to have such a wonderful audience. The future of Jordan Fabrics, just so you know, we are going to continue. We will continue to bring you content of all kinds, and we are looking forward to that. In the meantime, we will just honor Donna for the person she was, and excuse me, and I'm just so happy and blessed, honestly, to have her be a part of my life, and I hope you all enjoyed her in your life also. And thank you for watching the video, and we look forward to seeing you soon.